sometimes it becomes difficult. Sometimes it becomes frustrating that some of the biggest defenders of the bankers and the huge capitalists that really are the ones that are taking people to the cleaners, that the ones that are defending them are the ones that they're hurting. I think many times that occur because we are not aware. Many times that occur because enough people don't actually see what they do and the response that they give for the legal thievery that they effect on all of us. I want you to listen to Elizabeth Warren. You know, I love Elizabeth Warren just like I love Katie Porter because they are never fearful in going against these CEOs who, with their suit and ties, are nothing more than legalized thugs. I really love the way she handled it. Check this out with Jamie Dimon from Chase, and then we'll take it on the other side.
Your bank, JP Morgan, collects more than 7 times as much money in overdraft fees per account than your competitors. So, Mr. Dimon, how much did JP Morgan collect in overdraft fees from their consumers in 2020?
Well, I think your numbers are totally inaccurate, but we'll have to sit down privately and
So
go through
these
that.
are public numbers.
And I also want to point out we did not overdraft.
Can you just answer my question?
We
How
did
much
not
did
overdraft
JP
the
Morgan
Fed.
collect?
We did not overdraft at the Fed account. And at any request,
So
if
you
someone
never,
said they needed,
I'm sorry,
they needed
Mr.
COVID
Dimon,
relief,
that was,
they got
Mr.
$120
Dimon, that
million
was not
of
the
COVID relief
question.
on request.
You had an automatic protection. So I'm asking, you were recommended, the regulators recommended you offer that same kind of protection to your customers.
And we
How
did.
much, in fact, did JP
And we
Morgan
did.
collect in overdraft fees from their customers in 2020? Do you know the number?
I don't know the number in front of me, but
Well, I actually have the number in front of me.
upon
It's
request, we waived the fees.
$1.463 billion. That's nearly $1.5 billion that you collected from your customers. Now, do you know how much JP Morgan's profit would have been in 2020 if you had followed the recommendation of the regulators and waived overdraft fees to help struggling consumers? In other words, without that overdraft money, would your bank have been in financial trouble?
We waived the fees for customers upon request if they were under stress because of COVID.
You know, I appreciate that you want to duck this question. Do you know how much your profits would have been if you'd actually waived overdrafts as the regulators recommended?
We waived the fees every time
The
a
answer
customer
is
asked us to
your
for
profits
COVID.
would have been $27.6 billion. I did the math for you. So here's the thing. You and your colleagues come in today to talk about how you stepped up and took care of customers during the pandemic, and it's a bunch of baloney. In fact, it's about $4 billion worth of baloney, but you could fix that right now. Mr. Dimon, will you commit right now to refund the $1.5 billion you took from consumers during the pandemic?
No.
Right now?
No.
No. That's right. Over the past year, you could have passed on the breaks that you got from the Fed to your customers, but you didn't do it. Everybody else here, those other 3 bankers, will any of you agree to refund the overdraft fees that you collected? I didn't think so. So no matter how you try to spin it, this past year has shown that corporate profits are more important to your bank than offering just a little help to struggling families, even when we are in the middle of a worldwide crisis. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
This proves, I mean, she gave him an opportunity. Out of the $27 billion, over $27 billion that they've made in profit, she said, would you give those American people back? Those overdraft fees, people that have had a hard time, would you give them their money back? He didn't give an answer that says, well, if they come to us and show that it was because of hardship, we'll give them back, or we will try to do the best we can. He knows, or he believes, there's no penalty to pay. So when she says, will you give back those overcharges, those overdraft charges? Dimon just said, no. And then she asks the others, will you do it? silence. Folks, when you've reached a point that those who are pilfering you really don't care, it is really, really time that we take back what is ours. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.